my chat. Let's see this video. So apparently Andrew Tate's life is falling apart.
Been caught. That was Andrew Tate's message from a private jet in March 2025. Exactly 484 days later, US Marshals surrounded him outside a bare-knuckle boxing event, placed him in handcuffs, and took him into federal custody. As of this recording, Andrew and his brother, Tristan, are sitting in a holding cell awaiting extradition to the UK, where they are expected to face 59 charges ranging from forcing himself onto women to the alleged possession of CSAM. Just when they thought they had escaped
Oh my
it all
God.
and were publicly celebrating their freedom, it was all taken away from them in an instant. Now, it looks like this could be the beginning of the end for the Tate brothers. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're going into the latest news surrounding the Tate brothers and revealing not only what led up to it, but what's in store for their future. If you've spent any amount of time on social media over the past 4 years, you've probably heard of Andrew Tate whether you wanted to or not. So I'm not going to waste 20 minutes recapping his entire life just to pad the runtime. Andrew and Tristan Tate are British-American brothers who went from being fairly successful kickboxers to becoming two of the most recognizable figures on the internet. You know the rest. Hustlers University, Matrix, Red Pill, Debates,
Yeah, no,
and
honestly,
millions of dollars generated from teenagers.
dude, it's like I really hope. So, like, honestly, like these males, like the males that like grape women or abuse women, like they deserve to be stoned. It's like I want to see their victims get justice. One, I want to see them get paid because they were obviously, Andrew Tate exploited them for profit. So I want to see them get paid reparations, and they need to, each of them deserve to be able to throw a rock. Honestly, like I feel like the entire legal system, it's just so outrageous. It's like there's no justice in it, especially with crimes like rape or like things like that. Like, what do you mean that they just get to sit in the gray hotel room? That makes it right? Wait. So this dude held women hostage, abused them, raped them, and exploited them for profit, and to make things fair, he's just gonna sit in that gray gym, the gray gym with bars. It's like outrageous, honestly. Like we need to, bring back, like what I think should happen is like everything males did to women, this should happen to them, but the ones that deserve it, right? So like bring back the fires, put them in the chimney, or let's get the rocks for the rapist and like males that harm women. Why do I hate rapists so much? I haven't been through that, but it's like, I don't need to go through, just like how, I've never died in a fire, but I understand that dying in a fire must be a horrible way to die. Like you're on fire. So, it's just, people that are not retarded, people that have a, IQ over 80. If you have a high IQ, you don't need to, go through a graping or like die in a fire or like go through these things to like know it's bad. Do you need to put your hand in a fire to know it's hot? If you don't know that, oh, well, how do you know the fire's hot? Did you put your hand in it? Like, what a stupid thing to say. It's like literally, a lot of people are, what's the word? I think rapists deserve to be stoned. Know that rapists deserve to be stoned, and it's because it's gross. Literally, like what you're doing, like fucking like attacking a woman like that, or like putting your nasty pig body parts on a woman against her consent. Like I don't need to go through that to know that that's probably super traumatizing, dude. Like guys, like if I ever went through anything remotely like that, I'd honestly shoot, like I'd kill the, I don't want to say that I'd react in self-defense. That's all I'm gonna say. And honestly, dude, like I am shocked that you don't have like, like grape backs. Cause like I know that if anything like that happened to me, like one, I'd fucking beat the shit out of the loser, and then I'd fucking grape, I'd return the favor. I'd fucking, I'm sure there's a mop or broom somewhere. So, and then I'd fuck him up. It's like, dude, like fuck you. You try to fuck with me, you're gonna die. So, but yeah, like, cause I know that's gotta be traumatizing. Like I'm traumatized just, like when I see a chopped males, like when I see you chopped males, like I get this, the permanent irreversible eye damage I get from seeing you ugly freaks. Even that traumatizes me. I feel raped. Oh my God, especially the males that go out like half naked, like with no shirt and have tits. It's like I feel raped, honestly. And it's just, and dude, I actually believe that my eyesight's so bad because of these ugly ass males and the whores whoring out half naked. So, yeah, no, I could definitely empathize. Oh, yeah, yeah, dude, bro, like, also, by the way, fuck Musk, fuck X. If you guys don't know, I got banned off of X for no reason, which, by the way, honestly, I'm kind of glad I got banned on X because every time I'd open X, it would do nothing but make me angry. I'd see nothing. On X, I've seen the worst things I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Do you guys have any idea how many videos I've seen of women being literally unalived? Literally, I've seen videos of males literally beating women. The craziest things I've ever seen in my life. I've seen like, just so much like racism, misogyny, violence against women and like other people. That's all I would see. And it would do nothing but enrage me. So I don't even care anymore. So I'm glad I got banned on X. Like I don't care. Don't care. The platform sucks anyways. It did nothing but make me mad and fill me with anger. So I never saw corn on X. Like I saw like straight up like violence. Like there's just one video I saw. It was of this male like I don't know if they were like if it was a house or something, but this male, he tied his wife up by her hands and started beating the fuck out of her, and this was outside, so the neighbors were filming. So imagine like a woman tied up with her hand, like basically like a pinata. So imagine like a pinata, but it's a woman and some ugly ass fucking piece of shit that really I don't know why there's not a couple 9 millimeters through his head. Like I don't know why his head's on his body, beating the shit out of it. I've seen that. That was probably one of the fucking most, what's it called? Outrageous videos I've seen was that. No, honestly, there's so many videos like that. Literally. And then I saw another video of like a male, there's this security camera, right, footage, and because it's from the up angle, and this male came back home and he said, "Oh, you cheated on me," and like he started beating the fuck out of the woman as if it's like a boxer. You know how boxers fight, imagine like a boxer, right? But instead of it being another opponent, it's a woman that, clearly like doesn't, isn't trying to box, right? So it was not good. You see the whole footage, and then you go to the comment section, and the comment section's like, yeah, this should be normalized. Yeah, this is what bitches deserve for cheating. And it's like, it is like the most like, it's like, this is why I have like no empathy for males, because I've seen how I've seen their true unfiltered thoughts. The entire comment section on X of that video, that man beating the shit out of his wife over cheating. This is should be normalized. Oh, she deserved it. Da, 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 da. And yeah, he's lucky he didn't do worse. I would have killed. It was so bad, literally. It was so bad. And what was I gonna say? And it's like, if anyone needs a beating, it's like, honestly, when I see males beating women, I just see a loser that really needs to get jumped. I just see a male that, is empty, and he just needs to be beaten, honestly. Like, that's the problem with these males. This is why they beat women. It's because they haven't had their ass handed to them. That's exactly what it is. Their fucking moms didn't beat them. I genuinely believe that that's honestly the problem. Either like, they weren't bullied, or their moms didn't beat their ass, or they didn't have a dad to beat their ass, they never got beat up. Like, that's exactly what it is. Because it's like, what am I watching? Why does this fucking loser think he could lay hands on a woman? What the fuck is he doing? Why does he think that he could put hands on someone just because he's in a bad mood? But yeah, I saw a lot of videos like that. And then I also saw so many, like, I'd see videos where like white males are literally just, they see an African American male and they're just ganging up on him, or just trying to fight him or provoke him, and then I'd see like just bad. Like, I felt like constantly gaslit. So, and what I think it is I think the X is doing this on purpose. They're trying to feed people content that, and it's to an extreme. Obviously, the algorithm's going to show you things that you're interested in, but no, what X is doing is different. What X is doing is psychological abuse. They're showing you things that you're not necessarily interested in. They're showing things that will distress you, make you angry, and make you want to, like ragefully be on the computer, typing. That's what they're doing. And I think that's why, like, I got these videos, because, the content that I'd see that would make me like, what? And like typing would be when I saw injustice, right? Injustice, whether it was to, basically evil white males or like evil males, like abusing innocent people. That's what would make me like fucking like lose my shit. And I think the algorithm picked up on that. And so it kept feeding me this. So yeah, even just like thinking back to the stuff I saw, it makes me so angry, literally. Dude, X is way worse. Way worse. Like, X really does have a problem. So yeah, but literally, I keyboard warriored so hard, I got banned on X. So yeah, so just so you guys understand, like, the kind of woman I am, like, I got banned on X. But which by the way, I kind of feel like is unfair, because yes, even though I did say mean things to males, well, who was I saying mean things to? Who was I? I'm not gonna say that I was like making diet threats to them. I'm not gonna say that, so I'm not gonna say it. And I'm not gonna say that I did that. But it's like, but who though? Who was I saying these things to? It was literally people calling upon, trying to call for harm against women, promote or call for harm against women, or like people on the basis of the race. Monsters. So I kind of feel like I'm like Superman. Yeah, I was basically like Superman. Like, yeah, Superman does fight monsters, but he's Superman though. He's getting rid of bugs. It's cockroaches he's stamping. It's not like he's, going after the butterflies. So I feel like it's a little bit different. It's not all the same. And it's like, why am I getting in trouble for, what was it again? Like it was something to do with like, cause like sometimes I'd like sprig out so hard, I just, like sometimes like, initially, oh, fuck you, you're a loser, but then, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, so like, if I get mad enough, then that's where I go with males, and then I'd like send like gifts and like literally I made males so upset. Like, I had males joining my Discord server, look at what she said, crying about the things I said. Like they felt so personally hurt because that's how upset I was. But it was never anybody that's innocent or just like, no, it's like, dude, fuck you, you deserve it. So no, misogyny did not skyrocket due to the current misandry of feminist groups. Feminism screwed. No, it didn't screw. No, first of all, feminism. Okay, so feminism is about. So just like how African Americans were freed, feminism is the same thing, freeing women, right? It's wrong to enslave women. This is bad, unfair, doesn't make sense. This is baseless and it needs to stop. That's basically what feminism is. What misandry is I fucking hate you men, because not only did you men, fucking beat us women for sport, rape minors for sport, just like how you used to watch African Americans get unalived for sport, but you're also currently calling on for the violence to come back. You're also constantly fighting against our right and like, demanding for policy that, that will take our rights away. You're also constantly making us have to fight to maintain our rights, and you're also constantly continuing to sexually harass women, even though you all know that you shouldn't be doing it. You're doing it anyways. We're tired of you guys constantly. You're still catcalling women. You're still putting Rohypnol in our drinks, even though you know it's wrong. You're still beating women, even though you know you're not supposed to do it. So that's what Misandry's based off of, right? Misandry actually has some basis to it, right? It's like, misandry is women being angry at you guys, at you, for not only what you've done, but continue to do, which is wrong. What you're doing is wrong. What misogyny is I'm mad that I don't get to kill people. I feel like I'm a victim because I don't get to oppress women. I feel like my rights are being taken away because where's my right to rape and kill? So it comes from a place of being sick. So if you feel oppressed by misandry or misogyny, that says more, that is a reflection of who you are if you feel oppressed or, fucked over by these things. It's like literally, I feel like, any normal male like understands like one thing that is true is that it is harder to socialize with women because women are not as trusting. I had a male last night come into the VC complaining about how he tried to be nice and buy a woman drinks, but they declined and it hurt his feelings. I tried to tell him like more than one time, they probably declined it because most males, when they buy drinks for a woman, they feel entitled to her body. But no matter how many times I told this to him, he just couldn't understand it. But besides that, for reasons like this, it is harder to socialize with women, but most normal males understand that, yeah, I mean, all it takes is one crazy for them to like lose their life or have their life ruined, rightfully so. Understand where they're coming from, and aren't feeling like fucked over. We need to just fucking go back to beating them. It's like literally, first of all, if you feel, where is this dependence on women coming from? First of all, it's a little bit weird. Like I am really like weirded out by some males as like, it's almost like they feel like they need a woman to live. It's weird. One, it's like first of all, why do you guys care so much what women are doing? First of all, like, let's say that every woman decided that, hey, we're actually going to go to Pluto and disappearing, all of us. Like, I mean, like, why would that enrage you? And we need to the point of you want to take the rights away. Why? Is it because you're unhappy in your own life? And I'm going to tell you right now, your happiness is your responsibility. Nobody could make you happy, nobody in the world. And to all of you incels that think that a woman's preventing you from happiness, I guarantee you, if you had 5 girlfriends, guess what? Yeah, you'll be pretty happy for a week or two. But after that, you're just going to be the same miserable, bitter loser with 5 girlfriends, dragging 5 women down along with you. You're going to be just as miserable as you were before the 5 girlfriends at the same time too. 5 girlfriends, but except now you're just dragging, now it's like now you got 5 different people that are just as miserable as you are, because the truth is literally happiness comes from within, and that is literally the God honest truth. Nobody could make anybody happy. That's a fact. So if you are that unhappy, it sounds like women are being very smart to avoid you because you do nothing but drag them down. And also, like, you could choose to be happy today. Fix your life and, like, fucking stop worrying about women. Stop worrying about women. And literally, what was I going to say? Also, no woman wants anything to do with a male that is miserable. Okay? Why would they? They're not your nana. They're not your nanny. You didn't come out of their, you didn't slither out of their pussy. They don't feel liable for you. You aren't their son. So, a woman finds out, oh, I'm sad and like sometimes I drink a lot. It's like, she's gonna rightfully so be like, yeah, I'm gonna like I'm gonna walk away. Yeah, I'm out. I'm just gonna find a male that doesn't have this problem. And that's the smart thing to do. She has no, what's the word? She doesn't owe you anything. It's like, it doesn't make any sense for her to be sagging down with a alcoholic or, oh, I have all these mental issues because, I felt like not good enough. And because I feel not good enough, I have anger issues. Why the fuck would she waste time with you? It's like you're mentally ill. And if you If you weren't able to show up for yourself, if you didn't even, take the steps you needed to take, right, to care for yourself, if you don't even want to care for you, what makes you think anybody wants to care for you? Why didn't you put yourself in therapy? If you didn't even feel like you were worth that or worth that effort, what on earth makes you think that a different person, a woman's gonna, for whatever reason, feel the need to build you back up and nurse you back to health? That's just not reality, literally. So, that's period. So, literally, like finding your own happiness, fixing your problems, repairing your saggy life for saggy emotions, not only is one, you're not going to be miserable anymore, but two, that's actually, women aren't going to be running as fast away from you anymore, because there is nothing that, more repelling to women than a male that is like a loser, and if you have emotional issues and you're not in therapy, that's loser behavior. If you have financial issues and you're not taking actions to fix it, loser behavior, anything. So if you can't cook, if you can't clean, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, or you refuse to care for yourself, that's bum behavior. And women don't want no parts of that. It's interesting how it works, but when you don't care as much about like, oh, I need a woman, when you're happy with or without a woman, right? That's when you not only, it's interesting how it is, but the males that are like, I need woman the most, treat woman the worst. Isn't that interesting? And it's the males that are like the most, I don't care. Like I enjoy this woman's company, but I'm happy no matter what, and she could do whatever she wants, right? The males that care the least, they tend to treat women the best. They're the ones that won't be harming women or like doing this and that to them, being rapists. They're the ones, isn't it interesting how males are so weird like that? And when you are somebody that like isn't like, I need a woman, or like I have a hole in my soul and a woman needs to fill it, when you're not like that, when you're good on your own, that's when women feel more comfortable around you. Because you know what? Most women are phenomenal. Most women are happy, have a healthy social life, have a good job, are educated. Most women are the full package. And high value people recognize other high value people. They do. So when you are somebody that has your shit together, if you are somebody equal to her, like you're well rounded and good, women know. Women know, like, I know that I definitely could tell like this. And it's so obvious. It's like you could tell with the males that are incels, or I need a woman, there's something off about them. It's just, I can't even like explain it to you guys, but if you know, you know. But at least women, we could tell. So yeah, women are going to be more comfortable around you, or feel more willing to be friends with you, or hang out with you, or you actually get what you want by letting go and just fixing yourself. So my advice to you guys is literally, if you're an incel or one of these, like, oh, I need a woman, oh, if I need to fucking take away women's rights and abuse them to have one, then that's what I'm gonna do, kind of dudes, which that's not good. That's a reflection of how pathetic your life is if you feel like, if it takes fucking abusing and oppressing woman, I think it's worth doing. That's a reflection of your own life, right? So I suggest you literally do whatever you need to do you need a completely mentally ghost woman, right? Mentally in your head. Mentally ghost woman for like at least a year or more. No woman thoughts, no woman ideas, nothing whatsoever. A full-blown woman detox so you could fix your fucking broken life. And check into therapy. And you know what? Maybe even get a male therapist. It needs to be a full detox. Because it's like it's such, it's like these males are so, it's literally like a hamster on a wheel. It's a stupid cycle, woman, and it's like, if only you retards took the time you spend complaining about women, or complaining about how you're a victim, and just spent that fixing your life, you wouldn't be in this sad, pathetic predicament that you're currently in. You wouldn't feel like, you're so miserable that you'd be totally down with oppressing woman if that means you getting some relief. It's like that's not how stable people with their shit together like think. That ideology, like blaming feminism, comes from a very desperate and pathetic place, And at the end of the day, you guys, also, I feel like another part of problem with males is like they don't really understand that women are people. Even though women are better than men, obviously. Women are clearly the superior gender, but they're still people at the end of the day. People have needs, people have feelings that fluctuate. Like these are sentient people. So I mean, it's just so crazy. It's like they act like, like a woman's like a car or something, or like like some kind of object, and that's not really like that. Yeah, no, like this is a sentient person with thoughts. And what makes you think that she would want anything to do with you if you're so miserable? And also I hate how males try to make, they try to make like sacrifice. Oh, like love is sacrifice. That's not true. That's mental illness. Because normal people, like high value people, what's the need to sacrifice shit? Get your shit together, be accountable, be responsible, do the right thing, have integrity, show up when you're supposed to show up, fulfill your responsibilities. Like life is easy. And where is there any ever need to sacrifice anything? So, if you're needing a woman to sacrifice, or, oh, a woman must settle for this, or a woman needs to be, it's like you're a loser. That's not normal. Literally. So no, women are not more emotional. Like I'd say that women are the like physically weaker but smarter and more logical version of, not necessarily like what I mean by women are people too is the same way that like you have feelings and thoughts and opinions, and like you're not a robot, right? Well, maybe some, well, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't be speaking on this. Maybe that wasn't a good thing to say. But all I'm going to say is women have feelings, thoughts, and a brain. Okay? They're people, not objects. The House of Leaves, it's a colossal book. Oh. Wait, what's it about? And it's like, you know what? Look at how happy women are alone. And also, women being single forever, fuck men, this is not new. Okay? Because there are like older women, there are old ladies that have never been married, old lady cat ladies, never been married or anything. So there's quite a few of those, maybe not as much as we have now, right? A lot of those, I guess the old ladies, like the lady that's 90 today who's never been married or anything like that, she likely came from a very rich family, right? But things have changed today. Now you don't need to come from like a ultra wealthy family to have the option to, I'm just gonna chill with my cats. No, now any woman could do this, right? But the point I'm trying to make is like the fact that like we've seen it. We've seen so many women or people be single, never marry, no children, and be happy, right? And also, there's data that reports like that, a single women are happier. So the fact that we see that is proof that males' unhappiness has everything to do with them, because why are women happy and you're not? Why aren't women like, oh, I'm sad, I don't have a moid? You don't see that. And so that really goes to show that it's a lack of accountability problem. That it's males blaming their own problems, or they ruin their own lives. Males will get up and wake up every day and destroy their life, like literally, like actually imagine a male getting up, let's think of something nice, like let's think of a hotel room, like a lovely hotel room. Imagine if a male, like he rented this hotel room, it's a very nice one, it's very big, it's beautiful, it's an expensive one, but he woke up every day in this room, whiskey everywhere, splattered feces on the walls, like just totally trashed it every day. But then, on his last night there, right, when he gets the bill, like, hey, so there's these damages, you broke the mini fridge, also how you broke the bed frame, and there's fecal matter on the wall. So there's obviously, if you actually went to an expensive hotel and trashed a place like that, it'd be expensive. But he gets the bill and then cries, oh, it's woman's fault, or oh, I'm a victim. It's like, well, yo, you were the only one in this room. So just like with the hotel room, right, the guy that trashed the hotel room, it sounds really crazy to blame women when like he was the only one in the room. Same thing with males. Like it sounds really crazy to blame women for your unhappiness or males not doing well when you're single. You're the only one in your life. You clearly trashed your own life, used and abused your own life, and then you wanna when the bill comes, oh, I'm a victim, and it's like that's pathetic. That's why women don't want anything to do with you. Like that's really cringe, you know? Also, somebody that's like trashing hotels like that, would you let them over? Like, say that like you had a friend, right, and like you knew they had a habit of trashing hotel rooms like that, right? The same dude that trashed the place. He was like, "Hey, I'm in your area for the week, and I can't get a hotel because I'm blacklisted from every hotel because I trashed everyone. Can I stay at your place?" What are you gonna say? You're gonna be like, fuck no. I don't give a fuck. You don't care you don't care how long you've known him. You don't care about anything. It's a no. So why would you say no? Because you know that he's gonna do nothing but fuck up your shit. You don't want your place to get destroyed, and especially if you take care of your things. That is exactly why women don't want anything to do with you guys. Now do you understand? You males, well, woman, like asking, if you're a male and you frequently get rejected, you're likely, the reason why, more than likely, is you are the retarded hotel trasher asking Buddy Mike, hey, now that I've blacklisted myself, I need to crash at your place. That's what it is. It's no different. It is like the exact same thing. So you do it to yourself. It's not feminism. It's not, misandry. Why did we need it? What it is why we needed feminism. What it is why is there misandry. That's what it is. So, and just so you males know, like, there are males that are in relationships. There are women that hate men and that are, literally, I think at least 30% of the, women that are part of the misandrous spaces that hate all men, they are married and, they bring their husbands on, because all of them always get hate. Like, you have a husband. And it's like, so almost all of them, they bring their dog to their page, like, hey, tell him, and like, you hear their husbands saying the same shit. They'll like talk the same shit about men, right? It's like, does that make sense? And it's like, and I feel like that goes to show that it's not really the basis of your gender, right? It isn't like, oh, you're a boy and you're ugly, so we don't want anything to do with you, even though it's true. But it's about the behavior, right? Because it's not, feminism didn't make things impossible. It only made things impossible and, hard for males that are abusive. And you're the one choosing not to change. So in my eyes, to me, it looks like you're the one rejecting a woman. In my eyes, I think that you're the one choosing to stay single, even though you are DMing 1,000 girls a day and whoring on the streets 24/7, and whoring yourself out and shit like that. I mean, well, if you know that, I think we all know that there are still males that get relationships. There are even women that hate all men that have males in their life and or husbands, right? So it's possible, and you're aware of the feminists, so you've heard about the things they complain about. It's like they tell you exactly the things that they're enraged about, that males are doing, but you choose to not listen. You choose to not make changes. You choose to, just continue doing these bad behaviors or being part of the problem. Wouldn't that be you rejecting all the women? Wouldn't that be you choosing to be single? Does that make sense? Because your words and your typing might say one thing, but your actions, it looks like you're the one rejecting women. So you do it to yourself. It's not hard, honestly, like at all. If all women are able to meet these basic standards, and for the most part, the basic standards, right, that women in general have is be responsible, be financially stable, be self-sufficient, be able to take care of yourself and other people, be a kind person with integrity, and what else? Yeah, like just be good. Literally, if a fucking dog could do it, even dogs could do this, you could teach a dog sit, don't eat all the furniture, right? Dogs learn. Dogs know how to be good. A woman do it. Women, almost every woman has a job, is responsible, educated, right? Has integrity, right? And what I mean by it's like you don't see them breaking laws and doing the stuff you guys do. So if all women could do this and they're fine, puppies could do it and the cats could do it too and they're fine. It's like what the hell is up wrong with you males that this is so hard for you to do? It's like, you know, crazy. And you guys need to remember that, like, nobody owes you anything in life, no matter what it is, whether it's friendship, relationship, or a free ride. Like, nobody owes you anything. So, don't wait to be happy. You'll be waiting the rest of your life. For example, with me, like, so I recently bought a house, right? I'm 24 and I just turned 24. I just graduated college last year. And it's like, imagine if I was the kind of girl where I was like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to play PlayStation all day because it's fun. I'm just going to sit on my ass and, I just want to nap and play PlayStation because it's what I like to do. So I'm going to do it all the time. And I'm just going to wait for a male to get me a house. Yeah, I'm going to drop out of school. Like I like learning, but not all the time. It's too much. So, PlayStation and waiting for a male to give it to me. Like, what do you think my chances of success would be if I actually did that? Dude, like, what the fuck? It's like never. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, no matter what woman, if she decided, I'm gonna do nothing and wait for the mysterious fairy, angel man to just, just hand me a house. Never. That would never happen. And even if a woman does find a male that does own a house and she does get married, it's like, it's still not your house, dude. So, it's a temporary place to stay, right? For however long the relationship lasts, obviously. But the point is, never. So, like, literally, all you males need to do is just copy me. If you just copied me, you would, like, not be so miserable. And what I did, even though, like, in this example, it's like buying a house, but I didn't wait for someone to give me something that I wanted. I had something that I wanted, and I took action to get it, not sit, wait, and complain when I'm tired of waiting, or like, now I'm 30 and I didn't go to college. I've been playing PlayStation for years, and why don't I have a house yet? I expected a male to give this to me by now. The males just need to die, because they didn't get me a house. Like, no, like, I didn't do that, and like, that would be crazy to do. But understand that is exactly what you guys are doing. Instead of getting up and like sitting down and pinpointing like, why do you hate your life so much? Because if you're a male and you have a problem with women or feminism or the idea of not having a girlfriend pisses you off, there's a lot wrong with your life. Sit down and figure out what the fuck is it? What is it? And for most of you guys off the bat, it's that you guys are lazy. You guys are lazy, and I know one part is your living conditions. You want a better lifestyle. A lot of you guys are messy. You don't clean up after yourself, and you want a woman to fix your messy lifestyle. Another part is you guys have emotional problems, and you need somebody to like let everything out with. You're lazy. Go get a job and go get a therapist. Even if you did have a wife, it is not good, and it's emotionally abusive to put everything on them, all of your emotional problems on them. That wouldn't even be acceptable, even if you did have somebody in your life, and that would be, no, I'm sad, That would be a good way to not get rid of the wife. So nobody should be doing that. So you should be having a therapist no matter what. And literally all of the things that you would need to change in your life would be things you'd have to do anyways if you had a woman, right? Like getting off of your fat ass and working a job and so you could care for yourself, you'd have to do that if you had a woman. Making sure you make enough money so you could go to therapy and taking your fat ass to therapy. If you had a woman, do you think she wants to like, no. It's like, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's one thing to share something like, oh, like my coworker Mike's a bitch. But when it's like serious problems or reoccurring, no, you need to see a therapist. You're going to have to do that anyway so that you don't fucking ruin your relationship with whatever you have going on and drag her down. What else? Like being responsible, being clean. Just because you have a girlfriend, she's not going to be cleaning your trash. You think she's going to be cleaning your nasty, like wiping your skid marks? Absolutely not. Not if she's a high value woman. You're going to need to learn how to wash your own skid marks. Honestly, learn how to stop shitting on yourself. 1. But yeah, laundry, cooking, cleaning. I mean, you think a high value woman's gonna be cooking for you? No. She's gonna think that you should be cooking for her, if anything. She's gonna be like, no, wait, I'm the pretty girl here. I'm expecting you to cook for me or to take me out to eat. Why would I cook for you? No, it's like that you're just gonna wear her out. So, well, do some women cook sometimes? Sure, but like a woman's not going to take on the responsibility of keeping you fed, right? Like routinely cook. No high value woman's gonna do that ever. You're gonna have to do that for yourself. So you guys are just frankly, all of you incels are unfit to for a woman. You're literally unfit. You are not qualified. You don't even take care of yourself. The way you feel right now in your life, I'm telling you right now, that is exactly how any woman would feel if she was with you. So if you feel angry, frustrated, and just like your mind is exploding, that is exactly how you would make anyone feel. Okay? That's why you're single. It's the males who are happy and like literally are single and like feel good, feel happy, and for the most part feel good and not angry, they're the ones that have women in their life because a woman, feelings are contagious, right? And the way you feel, you're going to project that onto anybody in your life, right? That with energy and your actions too, right? That's why there's a saying, insecure men are abusive, right? And it's crazy because if a male is feeling like his self-confidence low and he's not liking himself, even though that has nothing to do with the woman, it's going to translate into abusing the woman just because he doesn't feel good about himself. So it is so true that however you're feeling is how you make another person feel. And women don't want to catch that nasty, saggy, sad man disease. No, women want to be happy. It's like people in general like want to be happy and live peaceful lives. People don't want to, like when people make choices, people want to, and especially women, like, I can't speak to males because you guys make stupid decisions, but women, when they're making a choice, right, they're making this choice because it's going to be a positive addition to their life. Like when they decide to go to school, I'm going to school because I will learn all these things. I'm going to gain this knowledge. I'm going to have something to add to my resume and also a better, chances in the job market. And I will likely make more money. So that's why they go to school, right? When they decide to be friends with another girl, I will have somebody to talk with, have fun with, and share, my positive accomplishments and experiences in life with. Women, you don't see them adding things that like, going out of their way to add things that like decrease the quality of their life or like make them miserable. It's like women are only going to go with choices or like allow people access, give people access to their lives who they feel like will add to their life. Which, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm like a sped teacher when I explain these things to males because it's like I feel like this is like the 1 + 1 is 2. It's like I shouldn't have to say this, but it's like with how stupid and clueless these incels are, it's like they don't get that, which is so crazy. Some girls are mean. Um, the women that are mean, like, it's not even personal, it's about self-preservation, right? If a woman's, if you ever encounter a woman that's super rude to you, like, dude, like, it's like, don't be a retard and take it personal. It's like, you have to understand that if somebody is being rude to you and they don't even know you, it has nothing to do with you. You need to think outside of me. Because more than likely, maybe perhaps she's being rude because, well, she doesn't know you and assume every gun's loaded. Or maybe perhaps, you don't know, or maybe she doesn't want to speak with you. You don't know. Maybe she may have a girlfriend or a boyfriend at home, and so she's trying to quickly end the interaction, right? So, I mean, it doesn't really have anything to do with you if someone you don't know is being rude to you. It's always like personal. Dude, like that is like literally a fact. Like women aren't just like mean just to like, hey, what's up, fat piggy? I have never seen a woman go up to a male while he's eating, like, oink, oink, piggy, piggy, or like a male talking, silence, piggy. I've never seen women do that, so no, they're not mean. It's like usually when males say that women are mean, it's that, hey, can I get your number? Don't fucking talk to me. Why are you talking to me right now? And that doesn't have anything to do with you as a person. It's like, it's more so that is their choice and they just don't want to engage with a male. Like, that's it. For whatever reason. There's a lot of reasons why they do that. So, honestly, I think one of the worst ways to meet a woman is, hey, can I get your number? That is literally the worst way to meet a woman. It's like, that's not, it's just a little bit delusional too. It's like, you see, this is why it's like important, like, that, you males get off of your fat, lazy ass and like, stop dropping out of school, stop fucking, oh, I'm just gonna be an unemployed loser, because I'm pretty sure the most common way males meet their girlfriend or woman is usually, so first of all, just being able to befriend a woman is a huge win, because if you are a good male and you become friends with a woman, even if she friend zones you, well, she has friends. And if you're a good male, she will give you the privilege of access to those friends. And she will allow you the privilege of becoming friends with those other girls. And perhaps maybe one of those girls may click with you better. So that's one way that males find the girl they're dating or their wife, is that they're, what's the word, functioning, socialized creatures and can have the ability to make platonic friends with women. But then two, in class, actually showing up to class and not failing all of them, their classes or their work, being part of society, because where are women? Women are at school, women are at work, women are actually doing shit with their life. Sometimes like vacation, right? So you're definitely like, if you're at a like fucking Target and you see an attractive woman, hey, what's up? You're fun. That's not good. Like, why do you guys even think that's gonna work out? That it's like the worst method, and it doesn't make you look good. It looks very bad actually when you're approaching a woman at a not appropriate place, like I said, any place where people go to run errands or on the streets. It just you're inconsiderate. One, you don't know if she's low on time. You don't know if she has things planned, so it shows that you're inconsiderate. Two, it comes across very creepy. It's like, yo, how long were you following me? That's a little bit weird. And then three, it's just like not appropriate. People are at the grocery store, or yeah, people are at the grocery store to shop, not to do this, and it's just weird. So you don't do that. Yeah, like at a vacation's different. When people are on vacation, people are a lot more willing to socialize, and if let's say you're at a nice place for vacation, you're gonna have a little bit better luck talking to women, because women at least know, oh, he's on vacation, so he must at least be someone, at least be doing okay in life if he's on vacation, right? Same thing with work, or like work too. It's like, you have a little bit more, what's the word, trust with women, because I know this person works with me, I work here, so I know they have to be at least, decent. But when you're on the streets, can I get your number? They don't know who the fuck you are, They don't know if you live if you're gonna leave and go to a basement. They don't know if, like, you have 10 baby mamas, or, we don't even know your name. We don't even know if you have mugshots out. So it's just like, there's no chance that that's gonna work. And the fact that so many males, like, their go-to method is like, oh, what's up? Da, da, da. It just, like, I feel like shows how stupid males are. It's like, you're doing nothing but making women feel uncomfortable. But yeah, no, like I'm like legit helping you guys out so much, but like the majority of males, I mean, we don't see them now because like, a lot of them get banned, but I also there's like less people on this channel, but most males are like, "Fuck you, you're wrong." They don't want to hear it, and it's so good. Hence why they're having such a hard time. Like women are not hard. Honestly, if anything, it's never been easier to get a girlfriend because men because it is true that all men are bad and they have all collectively lowered the bar so low. It is so easy. Like, for example, like imagine like, okay, say that a woman, she has a husband named Joe, okay? And Joe, he picks up the kids from class, he cleans the house, and he helps pack their lunch. If this girl's friends heard about how her husband's treating her, they'd be like, "Oh my God, Joe's amazing. What a sweetheart. She's lucky." Like, that is legit, like, how pretty much almost all women would be reacting. And it's like, if you think about it logically, like, yes, he is being nice, but there's no need to be giving all this praise. Women do this all the time. But the reason why Joe's amazing, Joe's a rock star for something that women do all the time, by the way, is because of how bad males are. They have collectively lowered the bar so low, And so honestly, if you're a male that's like failing, having all these problems, like if you're an incel, like that says a lot about who you are, because you know what? It's actually never been easier for you. Like, does that make sense to you guys? Like, literally, super easy. Super duper easy. Appreciate that. Like, I don't know, like, how males are fumbling so hard, genuinely. Like, you know what? I actually do know. It's like, what some of you guys are doing is like, some of the retarded males, this is how stupid they are. They'll literally, like, flat out say, "Oh, a woman must cook and clean." Like, they'll flat out, like, out themselves as a retard and, all right, and fumbled. Or they'll say stupid shit like, "Well, Andrew Tate said some pretty real shit." And yeah. And, "Oh, I thought modesty," and yeah. So just stupid shit. Or, "Oh, relationships about she should sacrifice," and yeah. So a lot of these guys just literally are like so dumb because they do have such a miserable life, right? Because they are the retards that are the kind to take no action, do nothing but complain about "my life sucks" rather than fixing it. They do a really good job outing themselves. Like, literally, like a Dr. Goofy Pants is another perfect example of this. It's like everything I'm saying is literally all facts. These are all factually true things. I'm not even being rude to you guys. I'm being very like, I'm in professor mode, I'm being non-biased. I'm not even talking about how you guys smell bad and look like orangutans. And I'm not even bringing up the skid marks, and it's like I still have incels getting mad. So, and it's like, that right there is why you guys are single and sagging alone. And will sag alone for the rest of your life. Like, and honestly, your relationship with your mother is a pretty good predictor for like how your relationships with women will be. If you are somebody that is disrespectful to your mom, you are unfit for a woman, and women are going to run away from you. You will never have a high value woman, because a lot of the males that do have no problems in relationships and that are dating like attractive women, it's like they're good to their mothers. They respect their mothers. They have a close relationship with their moms and they aren't calling their moms names. There are so many males that are literally straight up abusing their moms, putting hands on their mothers, calling their mothers names, giving their moms a hard time. You have males that are 40, still sucking off their mom's tit, selfish. So that's something else too. It's like, it should not really be a shocker because literally almost all of these incels, they have a miserable mom. It's like, why are you guys surprised that women don't want anything to do with you guys? Look at how your mom look at how your mom feels about you. Look at what you do to her. It's like, you know, and if you don't want to change, then you need to understand that, you know, you should be happy right now because you clearly chose this for yourself. You're the one that decided to commit to single life. So, no, women don't need, okay, first of all, here's a reality. Nobody needs anybody. So, women especially don't need males. Most of you guys are a liability, and most of you guys will do nothing but ruin or end her life. But truthfully, no one needs anybody. All right. None of you males need a woman, right? And at the end of the day, like, the purpose of a relationship is supposed to be a positive addition to your life, you know? Relationships are not a band-aid cure or a necessity like water and a roof. No. All you need is yourself. If your two legs work, if your brain works, you're not like a vegetable, you are mobile, right? You are, you know, well, you're in one piece. Consider yourself privileged. You have all the tools you need to, you know, go make yourself a happy life, build yourself the life you want, and get the things you need to, you know, be happy and live. You could take care of yourself. So you're able-bodied, but you don't need anybody. So a woman is a privilege. It is a, what's it called? A want, not a necessity. And vice versa, like literally, no one needs anybody. No one does. And it's interesting because like I feel like you know, like you see like with women who are like, you know, there's not a lot of women like this is rare, but like, you know, women who are low value women are the kind of women that, because I've seen like some girls act like that where they're like, oh, I'm sad, he left me, or oh, like I'm paranoid, he's gonna leave me. Like women that act like that are just as miserable as the male incels, right? And it's interesting because it's like, you know, when you look at, you know, if you want to, you know, assess like where you are in terms of like your value to the opposite sex, you could find all these answers within yourself, you know. Am I miserable and am I like upset and do I feel incomplete? It's like that is a good sign. That means you're a low value and that your place in the market is like the trash can. And same thing with women, like the women that are like that, that are like, oh, you know, I need someone. It's like, you know, obviously like women have, you know, more value than males. Girls that are like that, even low value women, will never have a problem getting a male. But it doesn't change the fact that like, you know, they are not high up in the totem pole, right? Because how you feel, right? It's like reflects both ways. So the happier you are in your own life, that is an indication of how high your value is to the opposite sex. For attractive women, have you ever in your life seen like a beautiful, attractive, smart, successful woman like, I need a man, or oh my god, like I wonder what Mark, who, you know, I'm dating, is doing? You'll never in your life see that. You know, you only see low value women acting like that. So I can't like stress that enough, but if you're miserable, no woman wants you. Don't even bother, is my point. So to be wanted by women literally means fixing your life. Or it's more like accepted by women, right? You know, it's like to get a girlfriend, like I feel like you don't need to be like wanted. It's more like you just need women to be able to see you as an equal, right? See you as, you know, somebody who is like stable and on their level as well. And, you know, so that they'd be willing to get to know you and, you know, what's the word? Get to know you and decide whether they want to, you know, be in a relationship with you or not. So yeah, and yeah, no, needy people, the reason why they're needy is because they're unhappy in their own life. Whether it's that they're irresponsible, and they have a lot of financial issues. Like, we see this a little bit with women, right? Because there are quite a bit of women who are like, you guys get what I'm saying? It's more so like the pick-me's, that the kind of women who, for whatever reason, they don't want to go to school. They don't want to have any hobbies or passions, or, because you don't need to go to school to like be, but not even any hobbies, no passions. Like, they just want to spend their life, tracking a male's phone and living in his basement. Like that's what they, for whatever reason. So it's usually those girls that are gonna be like, oh, what's going on? Or, oh my God, I can't believe he left me. And it all stems from like unhappiness in their own life, and like their misery too, just like with males. That's a reflection of your desperation for a relationship and your reaction to the end of a relationship has nothing to do with the other person and everything to do about you, right? Like, because a girl obviously that's crying that, oh my God, my boyfriend left, like, that doesn't necessarily like mean that the boyfriend must have been so cool. Like, no, to me, it tells me that, oh my God, it's like, how awful is your life? Why are you so dependent on this other person? That girl's life is likely a mess, and she used this other person, dependent on him, to, fix her life for her, right? Like a woman who wants to live off of like a male, right? She's obviously relying on a male for to live, right? Which is obviously, one, sad, but then two, it's like, in a way, she is doing what men do, using a relationship to fix her problems. Her problem is she does not want to take accountability. She doesn't want to do anything or be a functioning member of society. So therefore, she turns to relationships with males to fix her problems. Exactly what you guys do. And it's not always money. This could be emotional. This could be self-confidence. It could be anything. But, what all these things have in common, whether it is financial or just mental, is that it's all by your own doing. You do all these things with your own two hands, right? Like a girl that chooses to need to depend on a male, she did that to herself. Somebody who chooses to be insecure, you're doing that to yourself, right? It's your lack of action, to fix these things that cause you to be in this situation. And you guys then therefore just look to relationships to fix the problem. And it's so stupid and a waste of time because it will never last. It will never last. Sometimes we actually do see males. Oh, I need a woman to fix me. Get woman. It's rare, but we see it sometimes. And what happens? What happens? Those are the want to know what ends up happening? Eventually the relationship will end. And then those girls that dump the loser, what's up, TikTok? So, like, I dated this worthless man, and he was so disgusting. Like, he left, like, skid marks everywhere, would always cry, and was crazy. He literally smashed my window. Avoidment. Like, literally, like, sharing her story, spreading awareness. That's how all the girls know about it. Just so you guys know, I've never been with a loser, but I know how you guys just doing, because they just end up leaving you guys, exposing you, and never date a man again, but really they learn from their experience, right? These women that end up with these loser men, once they ultimately leave, they never go back, right? Now they learn, okay, I'm not going to be with a male like this, right? So, which is why I feel like less and less women are, giving the incel loser a chance, because they're learning, and all it takes is one time. Honestly, for the most part, these girls are like, never again, and girls learn about their stories. So, and same thing with like if it was a male in this situation, imagine like the guy with his shit together and the girl that's like broken life. The same thing with a guy, if you're a male and you have your shit together, and let's say you decide to date a girl and you knew that she had problems, oh, she doesn't work and she just needs some help, or oh, I know she has emotional issues, but I guess she just needs time. I've literally like heard honestly, I've heard a lot of males have like date this kind of woman, right? And usually, the story's usually not as horrifying as when it's the woman doing it, but they never want to go back because usually it's a crazy relationship, right? Because it's not fun having somebody that's looking to you to fix them and fix their broken life. That's something you can't do, right? And those guys themselves will be like, never again. Some of these males that date women who are the equivalent to the average man are so traumatized and so like had such a miserable time, they never want to date again. So put that into perspective. So how do you think women feel about you males? If even the males that date women who act like literally a fraction of how you guys act are like never again, which a lot of them do, I get that reaction. Like, come on. So it's a matter of like, you know, you have to own your life and fix your own problems. Any other questions? Appreciate it. But yeah, make sure you guys are leaving a thumbs up. Also, all of my social medias, including the spicy content sites located in the link me. I do not sell nudes on OF. I sell them on Fansly. Olive Oil Run on Fansly. How do I get this wisdom? Honestly, to me, it's common sense. Like, you know, some things like I learned, right? Like when, like how I brought up about how like, what's something that I learned? You know, like, the extent of, you know, males' violence. Obviously, when I saw post on X of males literally posting violence and then supporting it, you know, things like that, it's like, okay, I didn't know that it was that bad. Certain things, or, you know, the part about like, you know, there being needy women, or I guess low value women is what we're gonna call them, and you know how they traumatize males, like just in general. When you have like a person with their shit together and a broken person, it's never good. I learned because like I've had male friends that have had similar like experiences like that, where they, you know, didn't really understand what they were getting themselves into. It's like when you see a dynamic where the male is kind of like, the male's feminine and it's like he has his shit together, his life is good, he's happy, and the woman, it's like she's more like a man, like, oh, I'm falling apart. Usually the male, the way he sees it as, oh, she just needs a little bit of help, you know, or, oh, you know, I'm sure this, you know, I just need to help her a little bit and things will be okay. It's like they underestimate like the fact that like, hey, somebody that is in a situation like this to begin with, usually it's a lot more than just, oh, I just need to help them for a little. It's a lot deeper than that. So, and they find out the hard way. They wake up one day and, why aren't you talking to me? I need to see your phone, or you're gonna leave me. Like just completely, you know, basically acting like a man, you know? No, you can't go out. What do you need friends for? I'm your friend. So no, I had a male friend that like literally these are the things that the girl would like legit like say like verbatim, you know, and I found it a little bit funny because I'm like, yeah, this is like literally exactly how men act. So, yeah, and I think what it is, it's like what it truly is misery and insecurity is not compatible with you know, any relationship, right? And just most of the misery and insecurity lies on the male side. You know, that's why we have male loneliness epidemic and not female loneliness epidemic. Because if it was most women, like, I need a man to live, I don't want to work, oh, I need a man to be my everything because I just want to fucking, you know, stalk him all day and live off of him and, you know, just like check his location instead of getting a job. Imagine if most women were like that, then it would be a female loneliness epidemic, obviously, right? If most males had their shit together, right? And if it was most, you know, women being broken and irresponsible, we'd see literally, you know, like what, you know, like males like, hey, like, no offense, ladies, but we don't want any parts of this. And women being like, well, fuck you guys then. What we should force men to be with us. This is oppression, right? Like, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to point out, what I'm trying to teach to you guys is that the fact that your frustration with woman is it has nothing to do with woman. It's about you. It's about you because like, and I'm thinking maybe if I share you guys like with the opposite, where it's the woman that is broken and the guy that's not, it's easier to see because it's a lot easier to acknowledge like, you know, when you do have like a crazy woman that, I don't want to call her crazy, but a woman that has, who's broken and who, she's not only broken, but she refuses to take the steps she needs to take to fix herself. A complete refusal to, neglects herself, broken and neglects herself, right? Of course they're gonna act unhinged. Of course, when the boyfriend is breaking up with them, it's life or death because they choose to make their life about like, oh, this is my life purpose. My life purpose must be, you know, holding a guy hostage to live off of him. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You know, it's like, obviously, like, she does it to herself. You know, you could support yourself. It's actually easier doing the right thing. It's actually easier being healthy. Cause like imagine like a woman who's living like that. It's like imagine how much like stress she puts herself through, right? If you've ever dated a woman like that, obviously, I'm sure as a male it's not fun going through that, but you know, think about all the effort she's putting, checking things, messaging, calling, and acting like this. You know, that's a lot of energy, and like it's no doubt that like think about like that versus had you just been a responsible person, just pick something you like to do, find a career, okay, take some accountability, be a functioning member of society. It's a lot easier, it's a lot less like headache and energy. It's actually harder, it takes more effort to like be a broken psycho than it is to just do what you're supposed to do, is the point I'm trying to make. So, but yeah, literally 90% of males are, you know, pick me helpless Samantha. We're gonna call the girl that like, you know, is like, where are you? Block all your friends or I'm gonna KMS. I'm your friend. You don't need a friend. We're calling her pick me Samantha. 99% of you males are pick me Samanthas. But no, this is literally a true story. I had a male friend who would literally threaten to like, you know, she didn't do this like every day, but like sometimes she would say that she would unalive herself just because he didn't want to like hang out with her. And like I was like, yo, like this is, like I thought it was, you know, crazy. I mean, I never like met the well, you know, like I didn't know this girl like I mean I didn't want to know her honestly because she sounded like kind of a little bit crazy, but you know, but I'd hear about like what she's doing and things like that, and I'd be like, well, you know, I mean, you know, I mean, you fucking chose her. I mean, I didn't really know what to like say about that honestly, but I just found the whole thing honestly, and when I do see women acting like that, I just find it a little bit weird because it's like, why do you do this to yourself? But yeah, no, literally. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like I feel like cooking has nothing to do with gender, especially in today's what's it called? Especially in this generation, because like obviously back in the old days, women were forced to be kept in the house, right? So that's why they, you know, had developed this reputation of cooking, right? But literally our most famous chefs are males. The best chefs, some of the best chefs are males. You know, it's like no, I've literally met a lot of males that like I actually met one male that loved cooking so much where I remember like when I like went to his house, I saw all these cooking books and I was like, yo, like I've never seen cooking books before. Like I've like when I'd go to my girlfriend's houses and like just in general, I've never literally seen cooking books. So I was surprised by that. I was like, do you actually read these? And like, no, he loves to cook. It's something that's like a hobby. You know how some people like to play video games, genuinely loved cooking. So some people love cooking, some people, you know, and also part of it is responsibility. It's like you should be able to cook for yourself, period. Everybody should know how to cook. So it's just a basic life skill, right? But honestly, yeah, no, women don't like cook, like, cause that's not the, you know, in this generation, males and women are equal. We both go to school, we both have work, and we're both busy. I think, like, honestly, like, most women don't cook, actually. I think there's, like, at least from what I've seen, if you guys want to know what I've seen, like, I haven't read data about this, but I think today more males than women are cooking. I think that's what's happening because, like, I've met more males that cook than women that cook. You know, back when I was in college at one of the places I lived, there was a male that, like, loved cooking and would cook all the time, and he cooked very well. So, like, me and my friends, sometimes we'd like go to his place and, like, hey, so, like, what do you cook today? You know, just because we wanted to eat his cooking. So, and he just loved cooking, and so yeah, so and in college, and like, honestly, like, I mean, I had one friend that would cook, but, like, the way she would cook was like, dude, it's like, that's not cooking. Want to know what she'd do? It's like her version of cooking was she would do, like, rice and ground beef. It's like, yo, this is like like, bitch, like, this looks like dog food. It's like, I couldn't believe she was eating this. She's like, oh no, it's really good. Or sometimes she'd do, like, fucking, like, turkey, like, what's it called? You know, I don't even know what you call this, like, the ground turkey and rice. It's like, bro, like, I don't consider that cooking. Like, and by the way, if you are somebody that eats rice and, like, ground beef, it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, why? Dude, it's like you're ruining food, honestly. Like, that shit pisses me off, like, when people just eat, like, the grossest things, like, just cuz, or like, oh, the macros. It's like, fuck you, dude. It's like you're ruining food. It's like you could, like, eat healthy and, like, human food, not dog food. Oh, what's going on in my chat? What I'm reading. Ugh. And random, you need to respect Lena. Lena is a mod, so we need more lesbians to set males straight. All right. Yeah, you guys must respect my mods. You guys, like, the rules still apply. You know, it's like you guys need to speak to my mods no different than the way you'd speak to me. That's with respect. They are the moderators, okay? My mods are an extension of me. I selected them and I entrusted them. So you should absolutely respect them no different than you'd respect me. But anyways, you guys, everybody rejoin.